Video is on.
Are we streaming now?
Yes.
Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Axe Ministry, Axe Media Group, and or their affiliate and supported ministries and or nonprofits. So without any further ado, without any further embellishments on their accomplishments, good morning! Coming to you live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's The Morning Drive, and Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay. You might want to merge it over so they can see us.
I wasn't going to do that yet. Hey, you don't tell me what to do.
We're glad to have everybody with us today. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the Ozarks. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We're glad to have everybody on board with us today. My mouth is full.
Your mouth is full, bro.
Here, let me throw this away.
Why are you trying to annoy me?
It's not something that I have to try very hard at. It just comes naturally.
It does come natural.
It
seems kind of
It's
natural.
a natural skill that I just come by naturally.
Naturally. It does come natural. What was that?
I don't know. It's one of those mornings where we like fake argue with one another.
This isn't fake. This is real. What are we arguing about anyway? Hey, that was you.
What was that?
I don't know.
So far, nobody watching. That's awesome.
Awesome. We love that.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and I'm going to share this.
It's par for the course, bro.
12 days of Christmas.
12 days.
12. 12 of them. Count them. 12.
1, 2.
On the 12th day
3,
of Christmas, my true love gave
4,
to me a
4,
partridge in a pear tree.
5,
Huh?
6,
What? Is that how many people are watching?
7,
What?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh.
You should count them.
Got it.
God, did you get it?
All right. So we got 2 people watching now.
Pretty good, eh?
A.
Hey, are you watch partying?
I'm getting ready to. Be sure you like and share these videos, these videos.
There we are. I'm there. I'm going to like this video. I'm going to love this video.
Love it.
Bam. Steve McAllister's watching. Billy Burris.
Billy Burris.
'Tis time. It's Wednesday. Boy, I'll tell you what. I hope they get that desk in so I can go up there and hook up that. I got to go hook up the sound system for church. So
You doing that today?
If Mr. Larry, I don't know. I got to do it whenever it's ready. Yeah, so if Larry Melton's watching, I need to know.
Steve Schultz.
When is this time? When is it? When is it time? 'Tis time.
Good morning, Steve. Steve O'Mickey Mactastic is watching. Okay, there's a whole bunch of loves and likes there.
Yeah. Who's doing that?
Probably you. Now my question is, did we? Oh, you did it. Yeah. Cool.
Did we what?
You already did everything with the YouTube edit.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
It's because that's what I do, bro.
Well, I'm proud of you. So
I was taught by the best. Self-taught, that is.
Not a lot on the agenda for today. Steve's not here. I guess he's got some meetings with some potential people. Some
potato chips.
Brenda Lane, potato chips. Brenda Lane, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, Brenda Lane.
Brenda Lane.
Brenda Lane.
Oh. Brenda is Tanner's grandma.
Hi, Tanner's grandma, Brenda Lane.
It's going to be one of those days where we're just like, yeah.
It's one of those days.
Anyways.
I could take a nap right now. Like, I could close my eyes and I would be asleep before I even heard the next word.
Me three, or 4 even. What I'm doing here now is I'm inviting all my friends that I can to a watch party.
Like and share these videos. It's the most important thing you can do for us. If you'd like to contribute in some other way, Axe Media Group has a lot of ways that you can donate your time. You could come in and offer your talents and your skills and your gifts, and we'll be glad to take advantage of you however we can. And if none of those are your cup of tea... In service. And if none of those are your cup of tea, then you can also go to axmediagroup.com. That's not at Facebook, not at YouTube, but go to your web browser.
Yeah.
Web browser. axmediagroup.com.
www.axmediagroup.com.
Are you making fun of me?
/please-donate. We'll take you right
Please,
to donate.
yeah. And you can donate there.
Yeah.
We also have a new section on our website where you can go and you can donate, and they'll give you a link on our website as one of our contributors and audience members, and it will take people to your church events or any other kind of event that you would like to link us to.
Yeah, it's not a calendar. It is a link to whatever site you want it to go to.
Yeah.
That's appropriate, of course.
Of course.
So, I talked to Tanner last night, and he was sad because he was going to try and come down yesterday. And because I told him, I was like, if you come down and I have to work, you can sleep in my bed. I mean, there's plenty of space there. I mean,
I was just looking for my phone.
Where's it at, Jay? Did you
It's right
find
here
it?
on the table.
Where
I was
what?
just pushing the buttons before I decided to look for it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you found it. It's important to find the stuff that we lose.
Yeah.
Unless it was meant to be lost and you're better for it, then, by all means.
Yeah,
leave
then
it
it's
lost.
better.
Leave
Then
it
it's better.
lost.
Leave it lost.
Okay, so we're not yet within
It's
the
okay.
12 days of Christmas, I don't think.
We are not?
No. The Advent
I don't know.
days.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, Advent.
This is Jewish celebration of Christmas?
No. So
Because that would be kind of shocking.
most Jewish people don't celebrate Christmas. They in fact celebrate Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, 12 days, bro.
It's 8 days for Hanukkah.
It's 8 days of Hanukkah. So why do they have 12?
Why don't they have 12?
Why do they have 12?
They don't have 12.
So who has 12?
We do. And I think it's because of that.
But you just
Well,
said
the
they-
Advent is the weeks leading up to, it's the weeks of December
the weeks of December are the
until you
Advent.
get to Christmas.
And that's... Matt, I love the hand signals. It's like pure sign language. I read it perfectly.
I'm really good at certain sign language. Kevin Saxton, welcome to the party. Barney Hammers.
I was going to ask about him this morning.
Barney or Kevin?
Kevin. I know how
Kevin-
Barney's doing. I said
Kevin
hello
doing
to him.
good.
Hey, Kevin.
Larry said I put your countertop in yesterday at the sound booth.
So it's ready to hook
Yep.
up. Excellent.
Steve McAllister is going to let us know later today about those sponsors. You might want to wait till about 8 o'clock at night to talk to me because I'll be sleeping up until then.
Yeah, 8 o'clock
7,
tonight,
7.
Steve McAllister.
You can call it 7.
Steve McAllister, 8
I'm going to give
o'clock
it a bit of
tonight.
7. I'm going to give it a bit of 7.
Yeah, because he'll be sleeping otherwise. You'll be sleeping between now and then. Like your night sleep. What are you doing, bro?
I'm being ornery. Jay, I
Yes.
love you, brother.
I love you too.
I'm glad to have you in my life.
I'm tired this morning for some reason.
I know.
I waited up for Barney.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and he got home late.
Were you just waiting up just to visit with him? Or?
Yes, but I fell asleep while I was waiting up.
That happens to
And then
me,
woke up right after I fell asleep.
Although
and he
since
was
I've
home.
lost so much weight and I'm on that healthy lifestyle now, I don't fall asleep as much.
You don't snore.
I don't. Yeah, because used to I'd be like,
Oh, it was way more than that, bro.
yeah, and then the gasping for air
It was
after.
earth-shattering, earth-shaking.
We love you too, Kevin. Be safe out there.
Chandelier
I'll talk
rattling.
to you later.
But not anymore.
Okay, so Barney, you probably should split that up into two texts on because
What was Barney? What did he say?
well, because I said I'm I'm glad to have you in my life, and then also about being tired. And he says, and I what he meant was me too, as far as tired and having you guys in my life. Right? So two things. But there are no punctuation in it. So he says,
He's tired of having us in his life.
me too tired and having you guys in my life. I love you, Barney. I see, because I know Barney, and I know that is
Not what he meant.
that is not what he meant to say. I love living with you, Barney. It's so amazing. We have so much fun.
Thank you for offering us.
We don't. We hang out, we talk, and like we just stand around and talk for hours.
Pretty much, as long as we're all awake.
Yeah, and that when I'm off work, that happens more often. Because I work overnight. 8 at night till 6 in the morning. Oh, 9 at night till 6 in the morning. And
Barney and I talk the whole time when you're not there too.
yeah, and it's exciting because he got that new drum set yesterday.
Oh man.
And this is not a small drum set. Those drums are huge.
Yes.
Huge. They're huge.
Finally
Huge.
get to use the new board we bought years ago for this.
Yes.
And then we'll get to use the new microphones that we got for the drum years ago for the drums.
And
it's gonna
you
be
got
great.
those years ago?
Yeah.
I thought you just bought those like last year.
No. Want me to tell you when?
Yeah. I'm thinking it was last year.
No, it was a couple of years ago, at least.
So we got a new microphone.
Time goes by, bro. It
Okay.
flies.
So this new microphone that we're going to be using at our home studio is
We're not going to play with it here.
we're not going to play with it here.
It stays in the box.
Okay.
We're going to studio it at home.
All right. Right.
Gotcha.
So
Boy, it's nice, though.
yeah. Larry says me too. Steve says me too.
Tired. Everybody's tired.
Tired or glad to have us in their lives, or both. All of the above.
It's the 401z plan being withdrawn.
Yes.
The market's going to crash on
Yeah.
the Z's. The Z market's going to crash.
The 401z
That
plan.
was brilliant, by the way.
Jack Wharton, welcome to the party. What I was talking about was, the naps that we don't want as a kid. We fight the naps and fight them and fight them and fight them. I wish we could get back those nap times we didn't want as a child and use them now. And I called it the 401z plan. And we were only on axradio.com there for a while, and it was super funny. We laughed pretty hard that day. Pretty hard that day, Jay.
Pretty hard that day. Which was pretty funny. I still use that. That's a great joke.
It is. Hey.
It's so funny. It's got to be this way.
We have a lot of like word jokes that we have talked
We
about.
do have word jokes.
So, Jack Wharton, what are you up to, buddy? What are you doing? How you doing? It's been a long time. He's a brother in Christ. He's one of those guys that
Is it that?
he goes to abortion clinics and talks to the ladies out there that are, and the ladies that are waiting to go into an abortion clinic, and shares
was
the
the
gospel
drum
with
kit.
them. It was awesome. Huh? What are you doing?
I'm looking for...
You're looking for that to find out when you actually bought it?
Yes.
It was before we moved out of your house. You got them so that whenever we played this August, we would have them.
No. Before I moved out of... It was before I moved out of my house, but they were already sitting for a long time then.
Well, no, that was the other set. I think you bought a set, or Barney bought a set
No, because
years
remember
ago.
Barney used them once. Barney used them once at the park. Remember that show at the park? And we'd already had
Were those
them.
his? Were those the ones that he has now?
Yes, and we'd already had them for a while then.
Larry says the Star of David will appear on the 21st.
Excellence.
2 plants will line up and make a lot of light.
So I'm not sure where to find that. I'm not sure where I bought it from.
You know what? I think you may have bought it from like the Guitar Center. or one of those places. Someplace.
Did we go in and we might have paid cash for it at that?
I don't know. I do not know.
Do not know.
But they're really good. They're really awesome.
Potts Express.
That's probably what it was. Potts Express.
It is the Potts Express.
So today's scripture of the day. No, Jack Wharton still is
Or
watching.
B&H photo.
B&H photo.
Here I am saying all this stuff on the air,
Yeah.
so somebody can go and hack my account.
They're pretty solid. They're pretty tight.
They are pretty tight.
Yeah.
But, somebody who's determined.
Well, yeah. Speaking of which, I've been watching these videos of scammers getting hacked
Reverse hacked.
Yes, and it is so funny.
It is funny. I agree.
To listen to a person with a very thick accent trying to cuss like we Americans do is kind of it'll make you giggle. Like he'll get in there and he'll call them up, because you get those things that pop up on you saying your computer's locked up, call this for customer service or whatever. Well, that's scams. They're scammers. If somebody calls you and says that there's a warrant out for your arrest and you need to pay to get that warrant taken care of, that is a scam. They will not get in touch with you. If you have a warrant out for your arrest and it's bad enough for collecting, they will come and collect you personally. The police officers will. The IRS will not call you and try to get you to pay your taxes over the phone. They will send you certified mail.
My goodness.
They will not call you. What are you doing over there, Jay?
It's shocking
How much
to look at
all the stuff you've bought?
all these numbers.
Let's see what else we have. Windows people will not call you and say, "Oh, your computer." If you don't notice anything wrong with your computer, and somebody calls you and says, "We need to fix your computer," they're lying to you. They will not do that. And my motto is if you're doing any kind of business with anybody and they refuse to take anything but cash, don't do dealings with them. Mom about got scammed by a guy on Facebook Marketplace.
What?
Yeah. It was a guy selling a horse.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
And this horse was beautiful, beautiful horse. And the price they were asking it seemed too good to be true. I mean, there was videos, there was a website set up, all of that. And this guy tried to get, okay, so here's the scam. The scam is they say they have this horse. They're in a different state than you. And who wants to spend, $5,000 on a horse that they haven't even seen or rode, So what they do is they offer to ship the horse down to you so you can ride the horse, but you have to send them $500 to pay for the trip to come to you. And Dad said to the guy, "Okay, let's do PayPal." The guy says, "No, I don't take PayPal. You need to go to Western Union or MoneyGram." He says, "Well, why don't I just mail you a check?" No. Cash, MoneyGram, or Western Union, right? And I tried telling them, I was like, look, if he's not taking anything with paperwork involved, there's something there to it. There's something going on. Don't trust it. Well, Mom, bless her heart, she really wanted that horse. And so Dad tried to wire this guy money. Well, I have to say about Western Union and MoneyGram, they are super, super strict about sending money to people. Like Dad was going to send it. Like he actually filled out the paperwork, gave him the money, and everything. And then it didn't go through. The guy tried to pick it up, and it didn't go through. Dad said, let me call them. Dad called them, and they said, well, we wanted to ask you a couple questions first. And they asked him a couple questions, finding out where Dad met this guy and this, that, and the other. And then they said, well, we're not sending this guy your money. Mm-hmm. Period. Yeah. They refused. Both of them did. Full on refused to send this guy money because they don't like participating in fraud of any kind.
Yeah.
And when Dad talked to the
they
guy,
don't want their customers to get robbed.
Yeah, and Dad,
'cause that's bad.
Yeah, Dad talked to the guy, and he said, "Where are you from, anyways? I don't recognize your accent. Where are you from?" And the guy said something like, "I don't know, Romania or somewhere like that." And Dad said, "I'm starting to think this is a scam." Click. The guy hung up on him. So, upon doing more research, we did end up finding out that this guy, he takes pictures of these horses.
Sold
and
that
videos.
horse a lot of times, and
Yes.
it's not even his.
And people do that with houses and stuff like that. Like a buddy of mine from work was interested in renting this house. So we called the guy. And the guy said, well, I'm from out of state. Or I'm out of state, so I can't show you the house. But you'll need to put money down to hold it if you want it. And he said, well, I'm not gonna put any money down on anything that I can't look at. And so
Right.
he was trying to set up a time to meet up with this guy, but it kept changing. And he went by the house a couple times, and there wasn't even a sign in the yard saying that it was for sale. And he called the guy back, and he said, "Yeah, I just drove by that house. It looks really nice. What are all the people outside for?" And he said, "Oh yeah, they're just doing some renovations and stuff like that. They're fixing it up." And there was nobody out there, So he caught the guy red-handed, and as soon as you catch him, they hang up on you.
Right.
And it makes me mad, so mad, thinking about the people that are actually duped into giving these people money because they don't know any better. They use scare tactics for older people that don't know. So it makes me happy to see these guys that are doing ethical hacking to these. They go through the spiel like they're old people or whatever, and while the scammers think they have control of their computer, this guy is going in. He actually has control of theirs, and he locks them out of their system, copies their files to pass on to the FBI so that they can notify the people that their information was compromised, and then he deletes it all off of their servers. Are you with us?
Yes, he deletes it off of their servers, which I've seen that many times, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yes.
Because they get very upset.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course, don't do any... Hey, Josh Flores, welcome to the party. Don't do any ethical hacking if you don't know what you're doing, because these guys have virtual machines. And so, like, if somebody messes up something, they just reboot it and it comes back up. But it's so funny. Oh, no, not good. And the guy repeats,
Not good?
Not good, he would say.
Because he sees that all of a sudden his computer is being
He's like,
controlled by somebody else.
my boss is going to kill me. There was a guy that was offered to go and get $5,000 worth of gift cards to send to the guy to get the password so he could get back into his computer. And he's like, no, man. No, I'm not going to give you that password. You're just going to scam other people with it. And no, I don't want your gift cards because you're going to use other people's credit cards that you stole to buy it. He says, I'm not going to be a part of that. Have fun, scammer, you stupid scammer. And these people start yelling at him. It is so funny.
Because they get pretty upset.
Yeah, because whenever you've got, like this one guy the other day, he deleted like 270,000 files off of this guy's computer.
He was not happy about that.
No, he was not happy about it.
And they get them all the time.
Yeah.
But so there's like a constant... There's a constant... stream of people trying to steal your information.
Yeah. And it's like, man, really? How do these people sleep at night? How do these people sleep at night? Scamming people like that. I just don't get it. They have to be psychopaths.
Yeah, I would think so.
Are you still trying to find
Or
stuff on your phone over there?
sociopaths.
Sociopath? Apathetic fools?
Dang it.
What are you doing?
Guitar Center. I'm trying to...
Name drop. That's where I got both of my guitars from. It's actually a pretty good business. I like it there.
Another app is displaying over Chrome. What the heck does that mean?
That means you're watching like YouTube over Chrome, over Google Chrome.
How
He'll
is
be
that
with us here
possible?
shortly, folks. I'm just going to sit here.
What? What do you need?
Well, I'm talking to myself over here, Jay.
So what are the 12 Days of Christmas about?
You know,
I know they talk about gifts. The song does.
yeah.
But I don't know why that is. I don't know the history of these kinds of things. Do you?
I'm going to find out now.
I don't know why I don't know why I don't know why it's not letting me access the account.
Yeah, that's always fun. 12 Days of Christmas Snow Babies. What? Okay. All right, so yeah, how stuff works. Okay. What are the 12 Days of Christmas? Good question. During the holiday season, the 12 Days of Christmas is heard everywhere, from shopping malls to television commercials to church functions. Everywhere you go, you can hear about 2 turtle doves, 7 swans a swimming, and 11 pipers piping. But what does any of this mean? What does a song about doves, hens, and geese have to do with Christmas? The carol has its roots in the 18th century England as a memory and forfeit game sung by British children. In the game, players had to remember all the previous verses and add a new verse at the end. Those unable to remember the verse paid a forfeit in the form of a kiss or a piece of candy to the others. Boy, this is interesting. One theory, however, connects the carol to the era when Catholicism was outlawed in England from 1558 to 1829. The carol, it is said, was the catechism song for Catholics to learn the tenets of their faith, as they could not openly practice Anglican society. In Anglican society. While many still hold the idea of the coded hymn to be true, there's no substantive evidence that this was the case, nor is there any evidence that the verses contain anything uniquely Catholic. So here are the verses of the song, along with their supposed symbolism, all right, according to BBC.com. Partridge in a pear tree is Jesus Christ. 2 turtle doves, the Old and New Testaments. 3 French hens, the 3 virtues, faith, hope, and charity. 4 calling or 4 collie birds, that's the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. 5 golden rings, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. 6 geese a-laying, 6 days of creation before God's rest on the 7th day. 7 swans a-swimming, that's 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit. 8 maids a-milking, that's the 8 Beatitudes. 9 ladies dancing, that's the 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit. 10 lords a-leaping, 10 commandments. 11 pipers piping, that's 11 faithful disciples. 12 drummers drumming, that's 12 points of belief in the Apostles' Creed. While these verses are what most of us associate with the 12 days of Christmas, the phrase refers to the actual 12-day period. The 12 days of Christmas, in fact, are the days from December 25th celebrated as the birth of Jesus Christ, to the Epiphany, celebrated on January 6th, as a day when the manifestation of Christ's glory was realized. While sects of Christianity celebrate the 12 days of Christmas differently, certain ones, such as Eastern Orthodox Church, consider the Epiphany to be the most important day of the Christmas season. Some exchange gifts on each of the 12 days instead of only one on Christmas Day, So,
That's interesting.
what are some other unique customs certain sects of Christianity have in celebrating the 12 days of Christmas? How did these days come into existence? Let's see what we got. The origin of Christmas classics. I like learning about stuff like that.
I think it's kind of weird. Is that really what it meant all these years?
Yeah. Well,
Or was it
that was according
nobody's really sure?
that was according to BBC.com. That whole article was not from BBC, but that particular source was from BBC.com.
Huh. That's interesting.
Tony Hammock will not be here today. He has a toothache. Pray for him, that toothache.
Toothaches are no fun at all.
So, yeah, that's really cool stuff about Christmas. Now, tomorrow we'll talk about, like, the origin of Santa Claus and what that has to do with anything. I know that Santa Claus, the one that we see today, was actually created as a marketing scheme in New York.
Really? Tony Hammock. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was.
Thank you, Tony, if you're watching.
What did he say? No, that's all right, Tony. You're not he's not disappointing. He would be here if he could. We're just doing our business as usual today.
I know. Not really.
I was just letting him know. Steve said he's got those 2 meetings. He's going to let us know about that. Barney Hammer says, love that place. And he's talking about the Guitar Center.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like going in there unless I have money to spend.
Man, I could spend so much money in there.
I could get a $10,000 check and walk out of there with
broke.
Oh, well, I mean, $10,000. You could spend $10,000 in that place at the drop of a hat,
instantly,
and not even have to have a cart to carry everything out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guitars in there that I want that are like $8,000. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like the Gibson
I love
S335. The BB King edition. I mean, that would be awesome. Gibson is a good guitar brand. I'm just saying.
So I don't know.
He was a saint. Yes, there are origins about that. And it depends on where you're at in the world, the origin of Santa Claus. And we've talked about this before, but we'll talk about it tomorrow because we don't want to spoil everything. We want to have something to talk about each day up until Christmas. I mean, you could talk about the origin of the Easter Bunny and things like that. And it is weird that every single Christian holiday is either the day before, the day after, or the day of an actual pagan holiday. And it's like the Catholics battle with what they called evil back in the day, like All Hallows Eve is a pagan holiday, and then the very next day is All Saints Day, which I would rather celebrate All Saints Day than All Hallows Eve, personally. Yeah, now, when I was a kid, it wasn't about anything religious; it was about getting candy and toilet papering houses and egging cars and things like that. Which I never did. I never did that. I toilet papered my own house one time just for fun, and it was not fun. The cleanup is quite difficult.
We egged in toilet paper house before.
Yeah.
Shaving cream their mailbox.
Oh,
And it was for the stupid reasons. It's
Yeah.
like such a bad thing to do.
yeah.
The people didn't deserve it. It was all about a vendetta.
Really?
Yeah.
See, we never had any vendettas. We were just being ornery. We thought it was hilarious, like knock and run.
It was sort of a weird situation. But, I won't describe it. I was just a young kid and, found myself under the influence of somebody that I really...
Larry says the 12 Days of Christmas is about eating dinner, eating birds.
Yeah.
That's really foul.
I like eating.
Hi, Uncle Ray. Uncle Ray is joining us. I bet you Uncle Ray knows a lot of really cool stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
the
I bet he
different things about the 12 Days of Christmas. Like Hanukkah is pretty cool because of how they do it. They have 8 days where they exchange small gifts, and they're usually are about the same kind of gifts. It's not like, you just go out and buy a bunch of stuff for people.
I don't like those things where I see them a lot of times where they try to assign meaning to things that they just don't really know the origins to. And sometimes I doubt people's,
Yeah. Those who plant
account
in
of what
tears.
something means.
Today's verse of the day for me is Psalms 126, verse 5. Those who plant in tears will harvest shouts of joy. That's right up there. That's part of the Beatitudes. If you weep, you will be. Turn over.
That is not. Oh man,
Some
it's
outhouses
not so
for
fun
fun
for
with
the person
someone.
inside.
That's a pretty crappy thing to do.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Nah.
I never did anything like that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I did watch a television show one time. I'm not going to mention the name of it, but where they, those slingshot bungee cord things where they have the two bungee cords that go up and you sit in the seat. Well, they attached one of those to an outhouse, a porta potty, and when someone got in there, there was a couple people. They got in there, and they got in there intentionally.
Right.
And strapped themselves in, and they just launched it. And it was, I don't know what it was, probably full of blue water.
I'm sure.
Which that stuff, I don't know. I had a traumatic experience with a freshly emptied and cleaned outhouse, and I panicked. Because I didn't know what that blue water will do to bare skin.
Eats it right away.
Does it?
Just burns right through it.
It didn't do that
Instantly.
to me.
Your skin just melts.
I was worried about that.
It doesn't.
I was like, I don't. I prefer not to use porta potties unless I really, really, really have to.
Yeah, if you don't got a choice, you don't got a choice.
Right. Like, I'd rather go back behind a tree and
Well, but sometimes you're not in a place where that's really something you can do.
Right.
Privately.
Because then it would be indecent exposure and stuff like that.
Yes.
Then you have to register as a sex offender.
And usually where those porta potties are places that you don't want to be squatting.
Have you ever been cow tipping? Is that a real thing?
Yes.
So cows, when they sleep, you can push them over.
I suppose you can. I've never done it. Never seen it actually done. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. Cows are pretty expensive. I think a farmer would shoot you over that.
Here in Missouri, they could.
Or they shoot at you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty valuable piece of property.
See, I've never been good at pranks, things like that. I'm not good at it. People are like, oh, let's do this. And okay, you got to keep a straight face. I am not. I have a tell. If I'm participating in a prank of some sort and you look at my face, you will know immediately. So it'll be like,
we've pulled a couple off.
what?
The guitar moment.
Oh, well,
with
that was
Steve-
different. That was a
Steve
spur of the
Schultz.
moment. That's not really a prank. That was
No,
kind of,
we had decided that ahead.
did we?
Yeah. You don't remember talking about it before
No.
and deciding we were
I
gonna
remember
do it?
doing it and watching Steve Schultz look at us like he had a smile on his face, but you could see the confusion in his eyes. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
and I stretched the strings out and was playing it and singing off key, really, really, really bad off
Yeah.
key. And then I stopped, and you, with the straightest face, said, "That was beautiful, Matt." And I'm like, Voice of an angel, I know.
And we just
And then we busted up laughing.
with Steve sitting over there like he was looking at me
And
like,
he would, we really didn't know him that well then.
while he's singing along.
While he's singing along, he's like, yeah. I don't want to say anything, but man, this is horrible.
It was pretty bad. It was so fun.
You could see him trying to figure out why. Because he had heard me sing before.
Yeah.
The same song,
Right.
mind you.
Had he at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, because I used to sing every week at every time that they had a Acts church, I was there helping. I led the worship for a little while. And, he came on and he was expecting what he had heard many times before. And, it was...
It was
I wish we
priceless.
had that on video. That was actually on
Priceless.
audio only.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yes.
So funny. That's the kind of stuff I think is funny. I mean, I do that. And it's really funny, too, because, like, during practice and stuff, like, if we had somebody new with us, we'd done that a couple times. And where I stretch the strings out and I start singing. Barney starts playing, like, off rhythm. And then the bass player will jump in.
Like
and
when
just
you drink coffee like that?
boom. I didn't drink coffee like that.
When you do?
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about?
Like that. Yeah. That's your thing.
That's my thing.
Oh,
That's my
man.
thing. Tired? So we got Tony Hammock will not be here today for the next show, so we're going to pull up a classic episode for you guys. I don't know if we have one of Tony.
Today's Wednesday, right?
Today's Wednesday. Followed by Peggy Lee and Jeff with a G, open-ended. It's real exciting stuff.
Exciting.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Today's a big day. That's all, Your Honor.
I can't wait to see how all this. One of those rooms is just not much shorter than this. At the new studio.
Yeah. And
When do we move all this stuff?
Well, the internet's going in on the 15th.
The 15th.
I believe so. Or the 16th. The 16th.
And it's only
We have to go and do a test.
9th today, right?
Yeah, and we have to go do a test where we broadcast
I
a
can't
bunch of stuff.
wait.
Yeah,
This
gonna
is
be
like
fun.
Christmas again, like childhood Christmas.
Yeah. Somewhere in my memory.
And we got the new switcher. Oh man, I can't wait to put that
Christmas
in.
joys all
Can't wait to
around
try that.
me.
We
Oh,
got
it's
the
gonna be a lot
short
of fun.
chords.
Yeah.
Bonnie gave us the short chords,
Bonnie gave us the short chords.
so we can set it up and learn how it works and
Word.
actually, use it.
Word.
Word, bro, to your mother,
Auntie Dale.
who, by the way, I know.
Oh.
Your mom.
Yeah, Mama. Mama.
Yeah, love you, mom.
Mama.
She
Mama.
called me at work the other
That's
day.
my ringtone.
I was like, you can call me anytime.
Mama. Mommy. 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 Mom.
There's a few people that can call me at work and get away with it.
Yeah, I can't.
She's one of them.
Adam West, welcome to the party. Gail Jones.
Which I got to get her number in my book because I didn't know it was her.
Yeah. Because you probably still have her old number,
Probably.
which is a 300 something.
Yeah.
This one is like an 880.
Yeah, I got to get that.
something.
I got to get that in there. So
Larry
I know
said-
no, it's her.
We would throw live frogs at passing cars, and the next day, people would talk about how the frogs are jumping on Freeway Farm Road 181.
And they probably listen to that like it. I get it. Like you walking through the supermarket and people are talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be
Like, you about them frogs jumping on? We would throw rocks sometimes at passing cars.
oh, but people know what that is.
Oh, yeah. We got
Like
some
that,
serious trouble.
you don't. The next day you don't hear. You hear the rocks.
No, the
jumping
next day
off
you
the
can't even
highway?
really sit down because you get spanked.
Yeah.
Because you know what
get
happens
in
when you
trouble.
throw a rock at a car on sunshine?
It breaks stuff.
It goes pow, and they immediately turn into the parking lot because they see all the kids.
Yeah.
And they see which hotel room that we ran into
Yeah.
because we lived in a hotel back then, way back then. My biological mom and us. But we thought it was hilarious until we got our hides tanned.
Oh man, and that is what happens.
Not a whole lot. I mean, everybody knew who we were. They knew what kind of a pains in the backsides we were
Yeah.
to have to. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had to pay a lot of money for the people that watched us
Yeah.
while they went out.
How many
doing whatever.
windshields did you guys break?
I don't think we broke any windshields. Well, we didn't know about windshields. We got there was like 3 cars pulled in. We thought it was hilarious,
Oof.
but then all of a sudden it wasn't hilarious anymore. We
Yeah.
were very afraid for our lives.
The hammer came down.
The hammer came down
I bet you were afraid. My mother would.
in the shape of a
My
leather
mother
belt.
would brutalize us to a point that, like,
She would spank you till you knew you were sorry.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh man, oh I can't even imagine what it would be like.
I remember Dad used to tell me the story about how him and your mom, Auntie Dale, were fighting one time.
Oh, yeah.
And he threw a butter knife at her, and it stuck in the door, like right beside her head.
Which I'm shocked that it wasn't her who threw the knife.
Yeah. Well, she guarded it, and it was there when Grandma came home, and she thought,
Well, she's a tough little woman.
yeah, and
Man.
she thought that Dad was going to get in a lot of trouble. What
Now-
happened was Grandma said, "What were you doing to him to make him want to throw that knife at you?"
Yeah.
And it was probably an accident, obviously.
Shh. Oh heck no.
You don't think that?
Do you know my mom?
Yes.
There was no accident. He threw that butter knife at her. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, but it's stuck in the door, like.
Oh yeah, my mom was pretty tough. Pretty tough. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and they used to push each other's buttons all the time.
Now, once in a while, Mom would go berserk and go overboard about something. But usually, I mean, if we got a whooping that we never forgot, which
Yeah.
there were many,
Lord forbid
we
you,
earned them.
Lord forbid you eat a piece of pizza and don't eat that crust.
And part of it was like, part of it is what made me who I am. I mean, her training me up.
Yeah.
And she had 5 kids to watch out for in a pretty rough neighborhood. So who knows? We could have been killed at any time. So, we were hanging out on the railroad tracks when we were just children, like little
We
children.
used to hop on the train as it was going down the road. Or down.
Down the road?
Down
you
the
guys
tracks.
had trains going down the
Yeah,
road?
yeah.
What was it, like San Francisco, brother?
No, it was not. It was actually, I remember that in Georgia. We were going to school, and there was a bunch of trains that were always moving slow when we were walking home, and we would hop on those trains.
The freight trains?
Until they started going faster.
Then, you can get to a point where you're like,
You're
oh,
like,
no.
okay, well, I guess I'm
Now
here for the
I'm-
duration.
Yeah, you're going along with it.
We got in trouble.
And then
Yeah.
you arrive in Kentucky 3 days later.
Right. Well, I guess I'm an orphan.
Yeah.
I had no idea where I lived, how to get there, or anything. I didn't even know. I mean, I knew my name, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, but it's time for us to get out of here.
Dangerous stuff.
You want to go ahead and cue
Oh,
up
yeah.
the music?
I'm queuing up the music.
Queuing up the music.
Queuing up.
So, that being said, folks, we're really glad that you guys could be a part of this today. I apologize it wasn't all up and crazy like it usually is, but I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for a classic episode of Something, followed by Open Ended with Peggy Lee and Jeff with a G. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
This has been The Morning Drive.